What's going on, guys? Back in Missouri for a few days. Got some stuff to get done here, physically as far as around the place. And of course, getting some work done because this is, to me, the best place for me to do work. Because what's interesting, I still get up the early time I normally do, which is 2 hours earlier than normal. But then I work later because I'm 2 hours later than my team. So I'm putting in, instead of, 8, 10 hour days, it's, 12-hour days. And it feels like I'm getting more rest because there's something about this environment I just freaking love. So have your environment that you enjoy getting things done in. And what's crazy, you feel like you are getting more done, but you feel like you're getting more rest because you enjoy the environment you're in. So I love being out here. So let's look at what's going on in the market. We've got, of course, in Tuesday, we talked about what was happening with the Chicago PMI, with the manufacturing. Then we got mortgage applications look like they dropped a bit, but they're not as bad as they were last month. ADP looks like we've got we had that kind of bump up as far as the jobs and employment look to be a little bit better. Initial claims, they were, man, slowly slid just a tad. So we didn't have as many people making claims on unemployment, but the continuing claims jumped up. So people are continuing to hunt for jobs. But the one thing that we did notice, non-farm payrolls, big jump. 145,000 up to 228,000. That's pretty significant. Hourly earnings are within expectation. Unemployment rate within expectation, 4.2%, and the average work week within expectation. So all those things, what they translate to? How did that affect our mortgage-backed securities? Because that's what we come here for. Look at the MBS. So we had initially opened up and it had jumped into that channel, had a monster reaction, huge gap up, and even pushed up, and look what it's doing, sucking right back down to this line. That value of the security that is equal to what it was the day they announced quantitative easing. Now, this again, the top of this line is where the value of the security was at the end of the day with quantitative easing. So that's how much the market traded without any sort of outside influence other than an announcement. So now they're trying. It's trying. So we're seeing if we're going to have any sort of pressure to go above that, any sort of value that would, or any sort of news that would get traders to want to put more time into it. Now, look right here. We have seen it jump up here and bounce off before. We had to try and climb above it, but never really stayed above it positively and has fallen back down in here. I think that's what we might end up doing if we can stay above this at all today. So interest rates are not getting the ground from the news that people would want. Let's see the rates go down, but there's just not enough value in it for the traders to stay in it for very long. It's more or less a jump in, sell, get out, emotional move. My opinion. I wasn't there to watch him do it, so that's just my thought process on that. So I don't see rates really pushing any lower than where they are right now, but they might go up to that top of that channel. But I don't mind being proven wrong. We do. This helps you a little bit, but we also know rates don't freaking matter. It really doesn't. Just grab the deal that works. If you're wondering how the deal works, talk to me. If you haven't figured that math out, we haven't been able to really dive into it together, call me, text me, 602-291-3357. Bree will get you to where we sync up our calendars. We go through that math. It's very simple. We're working on a calculator. It's going to go onto the website, so you can do that. Also, today, you go to the website, aaronchapman.com. I'm going to be on the summit. In fact, by the time you see this, the summit will be over. So let's not even talk about that. So let's go to aaronchapman.com real quick. Let's see something. I want you guys to take a look at this. Take me a minute. And let's go ahead and do a little share screen here so I can show you what I'm talking about, because I want you, the real estate investor, to see what we're doing to try and make things better for you. Because a lot of times people, you're trying to use your Fannie Freddie 10, you don't have to worry about that right now. The DSCR product, buying it with your LLC. But the problem is, LLCs cost money, right? You want to spend that kind of capital is, a lot to do, especially if you're going to buy in multiple states and you're going to try and set up LLCs in multiple places because you're buying in multiple areas. You got multiple houses in 3, 4, 5 states. It gets really expensive. Not anymore. Go right here. Click on that. We can get you rigged in with a national law firm that will help you. You put your information in here. They will submit. You will get a call by these guys. Is a law firm and a CPA firm that works together to build your LLCs, and they will do unlimited LLCs for you in any state in the United States, one flat fee. And when I work out that flat fee that I pay for LLCs, it's equivalent to getting 4 LLCs, and everything else after that is free. And they're doing it where you're only paying for your registration fees and your renewals. That's really it after that. So check it out. You don't have to use them. I'm just saying I made a deal to try and help you out. You don't have to use them. You don't just interview them, talk to them. Big firm working with me to try and make sure that you are successful as a real estate investor. When you talk to most attorneys, they don't know what you're doing as a real estate investor. They know law, right? Real estate law. They're great at that. You talk to CPAs, they know about the tax side of it. But you as an investor and getting financing is totally different. You can get great thought process from a lot of badass attorneys that have a lot of great ways to help you. The problem is they're thinking too far ahead in many cases. I'm seeing people getting these monster packages, $15,000 for this, the really elaborate system, but you don't have the assets for that yet. You got to build the assets. These guys will help you do it in a way that you can get the assets constructed and get the financing you need. That 30-year fixed is the cousin of the Holy Grail when it comes to being able to buy a property, hold it in that LLC, finance that LLC for 30 years fixed is absolutely amazing. People have been begging for that for decades. Now you can take advantage of it. And then you can literally build out the structure that you want to have for that big monster protection that you're trying to get. So it's a way to start off in that anonymity world, but talk to them. That's your bridge into it. Go there, click on that, get started. Anything we can do to help you, please let me know. 602-291-3357. I appreciate you guys, and we will talk to you guys on Tuesday.